Hey, what's up, you guys? It's here back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends series Deadpool and Wolverine movie, Wolverine Brown Suit. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you guys if you feel so inclined to please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel and is absolutely free. Taking on the packaging over here is pretty much the exact same thing we've seen with all the other Marvel Legends single-carded figures nowadays. It's the nice, smaller box type and really detailed in the theme of Deadpool. You got Marvel Legends series at the top, Wolverine brown suit, the arrow pointing to the figure with a nice window box. You can see in the background over there, you got a bunch of Deadpool scribbles with crayons and such. Pretty cool. Deadpool Wolverine logo. You got the window box continuing along, Wolverine brown suit, a nice profile image of Wolverine over here, Marvel Legends series at the top, that same image of Wolverine at the side, Wolverine brown suit, Marvel Legends series. At the back, you got a nice bio. If you'd like to read it, go ahead and pause it now. Wolverine brown suit, that same Wolverine image, and all the other figures you can collect inside this wave. Bunch of legalese down here. At the top, you got the Wolverine and Deadpool logo, and the bottom, you got your bunch of legalese along with the UPC code. All right, so brown suit Wolverine. I mean, as I've already said in the previous videos, I absolutely love the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I love seeing Hugh Jackman in the original comic book tiger stripe outfit. But, you know, the brown suit, that's really the classic version of Wolverine, right? Uh, this suit was shown for a mere 5 seconds within the movie. It might have been 10, where it was Deadpool going across the different universes and he came across different Wolverines. And one of them ended up being the John Byrne brown suit Wolverine. And he was going up against the Hulk, which is pretty cool. Now, one of the interesting things about this figure over here is that in the movie, we only saw him with the mask off. Yet, with this figure over here, we got the mask on. So, if anything, I'm pretty sure this figure is based on some concept art that was released from the movie, as Hot Toys has also done the same thing as well too. And you know, it's a really weird occurrence when you're having to get movie accurate figures and they're all based on concept art. But you know, it turned out to be for the previous wave of Deadpool Wolverine figures, where they're all concept art based, and now you're getting the new figures. Literally, what is it? It's been 2024 of the summer. Summer 2024 is when Deadpool Wolverine came out. Is now early 2026, so almost 2 years since the movie has been released, and we're still getting concept art based figures. Uh, I don't know. But anyway, I am not complaining whatsoever because I love all the different looks of Wolverine, and the brown suit is a fantastic look over here. And it's also the same suit that he wore in Secret Wars. So it's nice to get a bit of an early kind of Hugh Jackman Secret Wars look. As for the accessories over here, we can see that he does come with an extra neck. I I I don't know. Okay, it's fine. It's going for that movie accurate look, right? But it only gets problematic when it doesn't have the extra head. But anyway, here's what the extra head from the original Wolverine figure looked like on it, but you don't get the Hugh Jackman look in here. I'm not sure why that's the case. And then you get this little hoodie, piece over here. Yeah, obviously it's to hang off the back of the neck, but I just find this absolutely hilarious that instead of an extra head, you get the neck and the hooded mask at the back. I don't know. It's another thing presentation wise, but it was a choice, Hasbro. Okay, it was a choice. And then you get two extra hands over here, making a total of two pairs of hands. So you got one open hand for the left hand over here, and then one fisted hand for the right, and then obviously the two claw hands for each hand of the figure. All right, so taking a look at the figure itself over here, I think this looks really great. I do think this is a better head sculpt in comparison to the last Wolverine head sculpt. If I can show over here what this original one looked like. There's a little more facial expression in which I like. Now, I am waiting. I have seen that there's going to be a Wolverine figure with the full mouth out and gritting teeth. So I'm very excited to get that one to pose around with these guys over here. But this is a step ahead in the right direction over here with a bit of a smirking look. But obviously, we don't really have much to compare to because, this Wolverine did not have the look with the mask in the movie, this brown suit exactly. But, Yeah, the head sculpt itself is pretty good, and the rest of the suit over here is great with all the line work. Yeah, it looks really, you can see there's a bit of paint misses here and there, bit of QC issues, but overall, I think the sculpting wise looks much better than the original costume did, as it was all like a flat yellow. Or actually, it wasn't exactly flat. It's had a bit of a basketball texture, but you know what I mean. There's more of a design over here. There's more line, more detail going throughout. You got the big X logo over here, which looks pretty great. I love how it mimics the original comic book design with the red going through the belt. It goes into the black, it goes to the red again at the back over there. The brown going into the yellow all throughout the pockets. Very tactical looking suit. Got the arms over here as well. You can see a bit of the veins coming and popping out, showing how well Hugh Jackman hit the gym for this movie. What is he at? He's almost at 60 years old now, just over 50 maybe. Uh, yeah, he was in pretty good shape in that movie, I think. Yeah, the boots over here look pretty nice as well too. They got those classic John Byrne style as well, with sort of the fins going up over here. And yeah, looks really great. And I love the glossiness, the difference in glossiness throughout the costume as well too. That's another thing I really like. But anyway, you got two pegels at the bottom of the feet over there as well too. As for articulation, this is indeed a step up to the original figure. You can see over here that the head does move up because it has the extra joint in there, about that much. You can move it down like that. You can pivot it this way. You can pivot it that way. So yeah, pretty good head articulation over here. You got some arm articulation. So there's a bit of a butterfly like cup kind of joint in here. It moves around to just give it that extra range, but it is attached to this design in the yellow suit over here. So you just gotta be a little bit conscious of that, just to make sure that it's not breaking up this sculpt over here. Anyway, it does move up about that much. You can move it down, up, down. You can move it in. You can move it back a little bit as well too. You got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which you move in about that far. And you do have some wrist articulation, which is a swivel and a hinge. You got a diaphragm joint over here, which is on a ball peg, so it does twist around as you please. And this is so much better than this original design. I remember I was complaining on this one that it had this single jointed ab crunch in there, but no, this was 100% the way to go with this diaphragm joint over here. This is really nice. Then you do have a waist swivel as well too. It does break up the sculpt a bit, but you can make it work. Then you got some leg articulation, which is up, back, and on an angle. And then you can do the splits about that much as well too. And then you do have a thigh swivel along with double jointed knees, which move in about that far. Then some ankle articulation, which is down, up, and a pivot. As for comparison over here, I do have quite a few figures. I have the Endgame Hulk build figure over here, and these two scale great together, and especially that we did see him in the movie. I just find it fantastic that we now get a representation of that scene over here with these two figures. But then you also got Deadpool over here. And then you got it compared to the original Wolverine release over here, which is in that tiger stripe look. And yeah, as I said, I do think this brown suit Wolverine is a step up from this one over here, not only with the proportions and the articulation and, I was going to say accessories, but we're missing an important one with this one. But anyway, they're two distinct costumes, right? So you gotta pick and choose whichever look you find is best. But at least for the playability wise and articulation wise and etc., this is my favorite of the two. But anyway, we'll talk more about it in a sec. If you want to compare this figure to some figures that you have at home, we can see over here that he does stand just about just shy of 6.5 inches. All right, so final thoughts on this Wolverine brown suit action figure. I think this is good. It's just, yeah, it feels a little incomplete without the extra Hugh Jackman head sculpt. I get that they were all like, oh yeah, just, use the head sculpt that you had in the original figure. But what if there's some people out there that just want to collect just this brown suit Wolverine figure? Now they got a neck peg. Like, what are they going to use for that? So, I don't know. It was an odd choice. Odd choice, Hasbro. I would not do that again, because even in the box itself, it looks incomplete. Like, it's like, oh yeah, you have a freaking a neck peg with this figure for what? Like, Imagine people who just wanted a brown suit Wolverine figure and they got the figure and they were so excited to open it and they're just like, what the heck is this accessory for? Like, like how much would it have really cost to get Hugh Jackman's likeness just for this figure over here? I don't know. I don't get it. If it was budgetary reasons, whatever. There was a lot of cool figures in this wave that we were able to get. But yeah, it was a very odd choice, presentation wise, very, very weird. I would not do that again. But anyway, I'm not Hasbro. I'm just offering my suggestion over here. Accessories otherwise are fine. It's pretty much the exact same stuff they got with the previous Wolverine with the 2 extra hands. The figure itself is great. I think that the articulation is a major step up from the original. I love the fact that we got that new diaphragm joint over there. He's got a little extra head articulation. Proportions wise, it's fine. Yeah, so what I give this figure as a rating, I would probably stick with an 8 out of 10. It's missing those 2 points just because it doesn't have that extra Hugh Jackman head sculpt. I do also like, I should have also mentioned that I do like this new head sculpt that they gave here as well too, where it's a bit of a smirking head. I do appreciate that. In a perfect world, we'd get a bunch of different head sculpts, but I get it. You can't always have everything in this set, but you could have had a Hugh Jackman head sculpt. If you're a fan of the brown suits, not only from the comics, but from the movie, and was really hoping that Hasbro would make this, just rest assured they have delivered over here, and I would highly suggest picking this up if you are a fan of that. If you have that original Tiger Stripe Wolverine suit, I wouldn't bother picking this one up unless if you really want it. They've already been releasing so many different Wolverine Hugh Jackman figures, so yeah, it's up to you. With that being said, guys, let me know what you think about this figure. Let me know what you thought about my review. And as every YouTuber begs you to do, please like and subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.